You ready, guys?
Ready.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Hi there, Coach Sage here. The last vlog before the Houston Marathon. It's the day before the race, January 13th, 2018. We're in Houston at the hotel. I dropped off my elite bottles, fluid bottles, and fortunate enough to have that kind of luxury being top ranked in the field. It's a really competitive field. I'm going to be off the back, but sub 210 guys here. I get my fluid bottles, and I was able to tape some Canaberries on, which I'll be using, as well as I split the electro ride about 10 ounces, 8 ounces in each bottle. So that's the concentration is the same for these, but it's I'm only drinking 10 ounces at a time. So I get the checkpoints about every 5K on average, which is very frequent with the Canaberries. And so that's what you see there. Just went to a tech meeting for the elites. Got my bib. I'm bib number 19 for runner tracking tomorrow. Weather's looking good. That's the biggest positive. Last year it was pretty hot and humid here. It's always a crapshoot with the weather. We're really lucky it's not hot and humid. It's actually going to be on the colder side, which is definitely way better for running fast, and low wind too. The wind is the other big concern when you're going for time, especially where you're kind of where I am, which is kind of in no man's land a lot of the times. There's the elite pack, and then I'm kind of like one of the stragglers usually, 5 to 10 minutes behind the real elite contenders for the marathon. So I'll probably be in no man's land, except the first 5 or 6 miles. Actually, we follow the half marathon start, and the half marathon here has traditionally been really stacked, really loaded. There's 5 guys that have cracked 60 minutes in it alone, I believe. And the real story probably of the race is, will the American women's record go down in the half marathon? Tons of great, phenomenal athletes in the half marathon, men's and women's, but Jordan Hasay versus Molly Huddle, they've both run 67 minutes high in the half. I think Dina Castor has the American record. Actually, don't quote me on that. But they're both within 20 or 30 seconds of the American record. They both have the potential maybe to run 67 low or faster and beat that American record. So when I start off, they're going to be starting ahead of me. Probably, I think the women's pace group was told to hit 5:06 pace per mile pace, which would definitely get them American record. 5:10 pace, they're out in that. They're going to be ahead of me, and I probably won't see them after 3 or 4 miles. Because I'll be back at 5:15, 5:17 pace, trying to hit a pretty steady pace the whole way to get that trials qualifier. And, to be honest, this training cycle, Coach Sandy, we had to adjust the training cycle, extend it because originally we were targeting Cal, and the speed wasn't coming back. It's been hard to get that efficiency and running economy back around low 5-minute mile pace, and especially hard after UTMB. That transition, people say, ultra running makes you slow. Well, mountainous ultra running over 100 miles is not specific to flat road running on a marathon course. And so, back when I first started marathon running, I was coming off of 5K and 10Ks. Marathon pace felt a lot more comfortable. When you're used to doing intervals sub 5-minute mile pace, it's kind of a snap. It's about extending your endurance. Whereas now, stepping down from 100-mile ultras and really slow trail race, especially in your early 30s like I am, the transition takes longer. And I think I changed some of my musculature. My form got a little sloppy from slogging around in the mountains all summer. But for a lot of athletes that Sandy and I coach at sagerunning.com, we see a lot of ultra runners have great success in road marathons when they move down, because if you're coming off a runnable 50K or 50 mile, it does build a good aerobic base. For me, it's kind of different though, because I've already built that base for so many years running, and I focused on the marathon for so long after college. It's going to be hard for me to get back down on my PR time, and there's really no incentive for me to run a 2:16 or 2:15 marathon. It doesn't really get me anything more, except I would be extremely proud of those times. But just to get the trials qualifier is the goal here. Sub 2:19, 3:17 per kilometer pace, I'd be thrilled with, and that's the goal why I mix it up. Any service, any distance. don't always do myself the best favors, but it's what I'm passionate about. I love all different services of running and different events. I love the road marathon. I really miss the road running culture, but I love the trails and I love ultras. So I do want to keep doing both in mountain running. But yeah, I think it's going to be close. It's still, 15, 16 weeks after UTMB, and that's including taking some time off after UTMB and then trying to get the speed back. But it's a process, and that's why I'm starting early. I have till a month before the 2020 U.S. Olympic Trials to hit that time. Sandy labeled this plan one and done. The goal is to try to hit it and get it over with so I don't have to worry about running a road marathon before the 2020 trials again. But if I happen to miss, I would probably run another road marathon this spring, probably this year. It depends kind of what happens tomorrow. But yeah, I think it's going to be close. I think it's going to come down to a matter of seconds either way. If I hit it, I think I could run 2:18 low. If I miss it, I think I will still be 2:19 something or 2:20 something. So I think it's going to be really, really close. It's going to come down to a couple seconds a mile, plus or minus. And, fingers crossed, the weather turned out to be great. The competition's great. Organization's great here at Houston. My health is still holding on. A lot of people got the flu, especially on the West Coast where we're coming from over Christmas break. It's kind of scary. A lot of people are coming down with sicknesses and colds. So there's still time between now and the race for me to come down with a cold, chest infection, flu, food poisoning, things like that would really derail me because I need to be breathing on all cylinders here at full strength to have a chance. But that's part of the struggle. That's part of the challenge. That's why we like doing these things. It's definitely going to hurt tomorrow, and I'm going to try my best and try to pace it well and execute well. But no excuses with the weather, no excuses with the course. It's a nice flat course. It's not a point-to-point course, so it goes in all directions. So if there is some wind, you have kind of a headwind and a crosswind. It's not going to be like a tailwind the whole way, like a point-to-point course, or a headwind the whole way, like a point-to-point course. So that's good. It's nice and flat. Run here. This is my 4th marathon I've run in Houston. It will be. Thanks so much for following along on this journey. Again, really appreciate all the supportive comments, thumbs up, subscriptions, sharing your journey as well with your goals, whether you're training for a 5K or 10K or your first half marathon, or moving up to an ultra trail mountain race or something like that. Always great to hear from you guys. Thanks so much for all the support, especially the Patreon supporters, for really making this possible in this vlogging journey. I wish you all the best, and stay tuned for more Sage Running vlogs.